was today's date. I don't know if I even got a fork. I might have to go down here to the break room and find me a fork. I'll be right back, y'all. My food warming up. Hey, y'all. I'll be right back. My food warming up in the microwave. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. Had to find me a fork. Let me take this thing off my meal. I'll show y'all what I got. I got a frozen meal today. Well, it's not a really frozen meal. I put them in the freezer though. I got this factor meal today. Let me see what this is so I can tell y'all. It's sweet soy beef and rice bowl with green beans. See if y'all can see it real good. Making sure it's hot. Felt kind of cold at the bottom here. It say 2 minutes. Let me stir it on up. Yeah, it's hot. Anyway, how y'all doing today? What's going on with you? I have to use up this Texas Pete here. I don't even know how this stuff tastes, but y'all know how I eat hot sauce on everything. Let me say my grace. I'm gonna turn this heat off. Heavenly Father, thank you for this food I'm about to receive for nourishment of my body in Christ's name, amen. So, y'all, I was watching a TikTok, right? Sesame ginger green beans. Let me taste the green beans. The green beans pretty good. This is just okay. I will say it's seasoned well. That's one thing I have noticed about all their entrees. It's not bad, but this is not one I would order again. For my own liking. Anyway. So yeah. Back to what I was talking about. I was watching a TikTok, right? And it was so funny. It was like these kids have it good nowadays. And they were talking about cereal. And he said we could never have 2 boxes of cereal open at this, 2 different kind of cereal open at the same time. And I got to thinking back about some stuff like that. And we didn't eat cereal that often. My parents always cooked breakfast and stuff for us, so we always mostly had a hot meal. Every now and then we would have cereal. But after I thought about it, we never did have more than 1 box of cereal open at a time. I went through a stage where I had to be on some things, and the only time, I had to was forced. I don't like Raisin Bran to this day. I had to eat Raisin Bran during that time. That was the only time we would have more than 1 different box of cereal open. Even like we came and stayed with my grandmother in the summertime. Her big thing was cornflakes, where she would cut bananas up in. She would always crunch up her cornflakes. So we would have cornflakes, but when, I had to be with her, I would have to eat that Raisin Bran. But again, she cooked mainly too, so. And they were saying like, you couldn't have more than 1 different kind of chip open or things like that. And some people say, well, I still go by that rule in my household. And I just remember, oh, excuse me, one of the rules of that, when I was growing up, we weren't allowed to drink really sodas until special occasions, which would be like family reunions or holidays or something. We could have sodas, but we would have like Kool-Aid and juices and stuff. But I never liked orange juice or apple juice, so I would drink water mainly. And I'm still like that to this day. But it's so funny that my dad, it was these cups that he had. I guess we got to arguing one time about who had the most, what cup had the most to drink in it. So we would always have to fix our dinner, fix the drink. And it was these cups. I don't know if they know they still make these cups, but they had a little line around the ring, and it would be about that much from the top. I mean, we had to fill only the Kool-Aid up to the line. And I just listened to some of the comments about, in the comments where people were saying things from their childhood. Of course, I didn't do that with my daughter, you know. But there are some things that the way I was raised, I carried on and instilled in her. But what is something that happened in your childhood, whether it was with food or anything, that either you don't do, you don't do now because it was the way you was raised, or you do it in abundance? And I told y'all before, one of the things, my dad would never let us buy anything when we were traveling. He always took food and stuff with us, and we would go in the store, we could never buy anything. And that's the one thing. And I would still, you know, to this day, I don't go anywhere without, travel anyway, without snacks or some type of drinks or water in the cooler. That's a habit that I learned from childhood. But wherever we stop, you know, I told you I've gotten out of that now. My brother and I laugh about it a lot because he still does it. I would always buy something. I've gotten out of that, you know, probably didn't really stop until I was like 50, 40 something, late in my 40s. So I was making up for lost time. But when we stopped at stores, I would always allow my daughter to buy something in the store, even though we had, you know, plenty of snacks and stuff. You don't travel with kids, especially without anything. But I would always let her buy something. And so I don't think she has that same need to go in the store and buy it. But it took me a long time to get out of that. And one lady in the comments said, it was so funny, she said, yeah, that's why I got 6 different boxes of cereal open on my refrigerator right now. Y'all tell me this too. I keep stuff on top of my refrigerator, but it's not cereal. I keep like foil sometimes and stuff like that up there. The ones that's open, like I keep the unopened stuff in the pantry. The stuff I'm using. And somebody said, the top of your refrigerator is not a cabinet. It's not your cabinet. Do you keep stuff on top of your refrigerator? Yes or no. It's just funny how. But I remember growing up, we used to keep cereal on top of the refrigerator. And before I had a pantry, I would keep my cereal on top of the refrigerator. Might as well use it. It's just wasted space. But anyway. Yeah, I heard something recently, and it sparked my thoughts on that. You know, because this people big thing now is I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me. And it's funny how people just can do them. But when they get into a professional work environment, they know how to act. They know how to adjust their attitude, their personality. They know how to not just do them. So if you can contain and control yourself in that environment, why can't you contain and control yourself at all times? How you act at home is not necessarily applicable to everywhere you go. You can get comfortable and kick your feet up on furniture and walk around your underclothes at home. I would hope you don't do that out in public. Well, some people do. But I would hope you wouldn't do that out in public, but you kind of catch my drift. And then, but I say this all the time, and I heard this, I believe it's from Joel Osteen. Don't let other people determine the way you act. I think it was him. It was somebody. It wasn't my saying. But that stuck with me over the years, you know. And it's like you can choose to let somebody take you there. And let things get to a strife situation with you, you know, or you can choose to remain in your happy place and at peace and not take everything to heart. My friend posted a little joke. Well, it was a zodiac sign thing on Facebook, and it had the different things for the different signs, and they said, let me ask you a question. And the sign for Leo was, why do you think you're so perfect about everything? So I'm making a mess today. So I answered the question and I said, why not? I said, I should think good of me. I said, because other people are thinking otherwise. And I choose not to accept what they think. So that's something you have to keep yourself in a sense of humor. And when people come at you one way, it was just a joke situation with that. But when people come at you one way, you know, even if it's trying to bring you strife, you have to turn in your mind not to take that strife on and say, look, I'm not going here, because we have enough in life. That's gonna happen anyway. Y'all, I just want to remind y'all, if you hadn't filed your taxes, tax day is Monday, next Monday. I finished mine last night, y'all. Needless to say, I owe again this year, which I knew anyway was going to be the case. And y'all, I ain't telling my business. But y'all, I paid almost $12,000 in student loan interest, right? Y'all know, once y'all get to a certain level of earnings, you can't even use that. I found that out last year. But that's depressing. When you pay that much in just interest, and all it's going to is interest. It's not even going to the principal. So if you figure out almost $12,000, you see how high my student loan payments are. And like I said, I don't regret going to school at all. Yeah, but them bills be like, pow, 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 pow. They be whooping your tail. I was in the store, and the guy had hid his money. I said, you hide money from yourself. In his wallet, he was looking for his money in his wallet. He said, I hide it from myself so good, I can't find it. But he said, I got some. I said, oh, I believe you, I believe you. He said, one thing I'm going to have, I'm going to keep me a little change, and I'm going to keep a bill. I can't get rid of them. I said, no, you can't get rid of them. That's going to be your friend to the end. So we laughed about that. Anyway, how y'all week started? How's it going? I'm still pulling. I think I got one more of these meals left from when I ordered the meals. I'm actually full. Eat one more green bean. I'll show y'all what I got left, because I know you can't see down in here. I don't really have that much left. Just a little corner. Right there, so y'all can see it better from here. Just a little corner. And most of the green beans. They were all right. They need a little something. They need a little kick or something. But anyway, that's enough of my. Y'all, y'all be like me. I have to keep something on. You have to dress for You can't dress for outside because it's real nice outside. It's cold up here all year long. The winter, the summer, it's just freezing up here. So I keep something on. I could use some earmuffs right now. I'm going to turn my heat back on. I just turned it off so y'all could hear me. But anyway, that's enough of that. Thank y'all for joining me. I want you to know you're loved. I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. Love you. Thanks for having lunch with me. Bye.